Welcome to Horror Recapped. Today, we will be examining 2009's Jennifer's Body. Beware, spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. The movie begins with a teenage girl narrating her story. Her name is Anita Needy. She tells her story wearing a hospital gown. In a mental facility, a man walks in and tells her that break time started 5 minutes ago. Needy thanks him, and he walks away. She changes clothes as she continues her story. Needy assaults a female psychiatrist and is kept in solitary confinement. There, she continues to narrate her story. Music begins to play, and she covers her ears in irritation. In her story, she lived in Devil's Kettle. The city is named after a waterfall. Technically, it's not just a waterfall. It goes into this hole, and it doesn't surface, she says. Scientists dropped all sorts of things inside Devil's Kettle, the water the city is named after, but nothing ever surfaced. Jennifer, a cheerleader, and Needy's best friend, waves at her, smiling. Rumors spread about their closeness, and many students at the school believe they are having an affair. Jennifer invites Needy to a dive bar. She tells Needy that she has her eyes on the lead singer in a band called Low Shoulder. She says to Needy, "Dress cute," turns, and walks away. Needy interprets that to mean she couldn't look like a total zero, but she couldn't upstage her either. At night, Needy tries to select a dress for her outing with Jennifer, and Chip, Needy's boyfriend, tries to prevent her from going. His efforts are futile. Jennifer arrives at Needy's home and they leave together. Chip sarcastically warns Jennifer to stop kidnapping his girlfriend. They arrive at the bar, and Jennifer is quick to get the lead singer's attention, Nikolai Wolf. Jennifer leaves to get a drink for Nikolai, and Needy hears him talk with his friend about Jennifer's virginity status. Needy walks up to Nikolai and defends her friend. Soon, the concert begins, and suddenly there is a fire outbreak. Needy sees people get burned, and bones break from a stampede. She makes a run for it with Jennifer, and they escape through the toilet window. Suddenly, Nikolai appears behind them and invites the girls to come with them. Nikolai takes Jennifer by the hand and leads her to the van. Jennifer tries to get Needy to come with her, but fails. The girls stare at each other as Jennifer is lured away. Needy returns home and calls Chip. She explains what happened to him. There is a knock on the door, and Needy is scared. Slowly, she approaches the door, and she is relieved to find no one there. Needy thinks she might just be imagining things, and she tells Chip she might be going crazy. Needy cuts the call and heads upstairs when she sees a shadow. Terrified, she moves slowly and is surprised to see her best friend Jennifer, covered in blood and in her kitchen. Jennifer opens the fridge and devours the food in an instant. She yells loudly, after which she vomits a black substance. Needy tries to make a run for it and call the police, but Jennifer stops her just in time and leaves. The next day, Jennifer arrives at school, acting as if nothing happened. Needy plays along and follows her. After school, Jennifer seduces a mourning Jonas, who is the school's football captain. She eats his body out in the woods. He screams as he is being killed and attracts the attention of the science teacher, Mr. Wroblewski. Mr. Wroblewski decides to check what's happening. He is terrified and yells after seeing Jonas's half-eaten body. Meanwhile, Jennifer washes her body in a nearby river. Later at night, Chip interrupts Needy's call with Jennifer and asks them to meet. Needy meets Chip and she is surprised to hear that Jonas is dead and he was eaten limb from limb in the woods. She tries to explain to Chip that it's all connected to the fire accident in the bar. Jennifer comes to school the next day glowing and stunning. She glides through the school hall like she's competing in a beauty pageant. Time passes and it's a month after the fire incident and the death of Jonas. Jennifer arrives at school looking pale and tired. Meanwhile, the Low Shoulder band begins to become more and more popular. This is a result of them spreading fake news of their heroism during the fire incident. Mr. Wroblewski announces to the class that the band plans to make an appearance at the school's spring formal and also donate 3% of the interest from their new song. Needy is irritated as she knows the truth. Jennifer and Needy walk through the hallway together, and Jennifer complains to Needy about her look. She slips and says to Needy, maybe it's just wearing off. Eager to know more, Needy asks desperately, what's wearing off? Jennifer ignores her question, and Colin joins them. Colin asks Jennifer out, and she turns him down, but calls him and accepts after Needy says she thinks Colin is cool. Later that night, Jennifer texts Colin the wrong address where they meet, and she kills him. Needy senses that something is wrong. Needy rushes out and drives away. She sees Jennifer on the way, drenched in blood. Jennifer breaks the car window, but Needy escapes and rushes home. Once she gets home, she lays on her bed and is suddenly frightened by Jennifer's presence on her bed. She gets scared, but Jennifer calms her down. The girls kiss, but Needy decides to stop. They have a conversation, and Jennifer tells Needy what happened the day she was taken away by the Low Shoulder Band. Jennifer tells Needy that the band used her as a sacrifice to the devil, so they could achieve fame and riches. She tells Needy that Nikolai stabbed her countless times, but for some unknown reason she survived. Jennifer confesses to Needy that she ate Ahmed, who was assumed dead in the fire incident and was also a foreign exchange student. She continues to tell Needy that when she is full, she can undergo brutal injuries and not feel pain, and the injuries heal almost immediately. The two girls get into an argument, and Needy asks Jennifer to leave. Needy attends Colin's funeral and sees his aging mother wallow in despair. Next, Needy visits the school library and gathers information about the ritual performed by the Low Shoulder Band. Needy decides to tell Chip what she discovered, but he doesn't believe her. She tells him that it's not good for them to be together for now, and Chip is heartbroken. Needy pleads with Chip not to attend the school dance because she believes that Jennifer would use the opportunity to eat her fill. Finally, it's the day of the dance, and the students all walk into the hall looking stunning. Needy arrives early to monitor Jennifer. Chip leaves home a little later and runs into Jennifer. She tries to brainwash him with lies about Needy. Meanwhile, Needy feels something strange going on, and her instincts tell her Chip is in trouble. She rushes to his house, where she is told that he had left a few minutes ago. She rushes to catch up to him. Unfortunately, she is too late, and Jennifer is feeding on him. Chip manages to break free with Needy's help, and they implant a pool skimmer in her stomach. Jennifer escapes, but she is injured, and Chip dies. Furious, after watching her lover die, Needy prepares to avenge him. She breaks into Jennifer's room and tries to kill her with a knife. Amid the struggle, Needy is bitten by Jennifer and inherits some of the demon's powers. She cuts Jennifer's friendship necklace, and Jennifer stops fighting back, allowing Needy to stab Jennifer in the chest and die. Jennifer's mom enters the room and finds Needy on top of her daughter with a knife stuck to her chest. She screams in despair. Needy is enrolled in a mental facility where she narrates her story. Using the power from the demon, she escapes the mental facility. At the end of the movie, we see pictures of the Low Shoulder Band murdered, with Needy standing beside their bodies. That's going to wrap up this recap. We hope you've enjoyed it. If so, please click the subscribe button with notifications turned on so you don't miss a single video.